Hey, and welcome to Robin's house. Today I'm working with the Mountain Majesties, which is the May paper pumpkin. And I thought maybe I'll just kind of show you how I set it up and get it ready. So this paper pumpkin comes with each of three designs. So I would take my three card bases and I would lay them out. And you cannot even see. There we go. Each of three designs here. And then we have our instructions and we have our items. So these big panels, when I first get it, I punch apart everything because then that way I can throw away the trash. So these all go with this big panel here. And then we have, most of the time it comes with an extra. So I have a little pile of a box, a single paper pumpkin box that just has my instructions and any extra pieces that are left over. So I don't enjoy these ones that have only one sheet, but luckily there's only one sheet of one sheet things in this paper pumpkin kit. So I'm just kind of doing one side so then I can concentrate on the other side. And this one goes with these. And it's so fun when you get extra messages because sometimes you don't want the message that's there, or if you make a boo-boo, or if everything turns out just fine and you like everything, you can save it for another card and have a ready to go either message or journaling spot. So now I have three pieces of the same cutouts. And so my favorite thing is to cut them all out at one time because it makes it so much nicer when it's a stiffer package to just line them all up and punch them all out at the same time. Even fairly intricate designs like this one has some tree branches and such. You can usually just, some of them are going to be tricky, but you can usually just kind of pop them through, get all the things around it, and do them all at once. Because I feel like when it's only one layer, it's kind of flimsy, and there's a cute trees. I think these are all for this card. And then you get the whole big one. That was easy. And I think that might be for this one as well. And then we have, this is another one with three sheets in there. These are just big chunks, so they should be fairly easy to cut out. Looks like this one goes to this card. I think these two greenish ones, a blue-green and a green one, go to the middle card, and the brownish and bluish ones, I think, go to the top card. So now, after I'm done with this, we will have all of our punch outs punched out. Oh, that's not the truth. I've got vellum. Got to do the vellum punch outs too. But once you get everything all set up for yourself, it's super easy to just knock everything out. So then we have some vellum pieces. I think this big tall vellum piece must go to the bottom. We could always verify when we look at the instructions, but I'm just showing you my process, guessing and supposing. And then I think that this one's going to go to the middle card. I also feel like when you do all three punch outs at the same time, it minimizes those little ticks that you get. I don't have any proof of that, of course, but I feel like it does that. And I don't know where these would go. Maybe this one goes on the middle card. And I think this one goes on the top card. All right, so now I have all my pieces cut out. Now I'm going to do one of each of the cards, just because why not? And I didn't bring any blocks. Shame on me. So now that I have my block, I can look at my stuff. I also need to open my ink spot. This one is Misty Moonlight. And I usually just take my X-Acto knife and cut it open, but you see my fingers are the same. Now, I like to keep mine attached just to give it a little bit more something to hold on to. It is a little annoying when you're bopping around upside down, but for the most part, it's nice when you're bopping around right side up. You have something to hold on to that's not underneath where you're inking. So there is that. So now we can go to our first card, which is actually this one. And I'm going to grab one card base and I'm going to fold it because I would like to fold my cards and get them ready to go. And so looking at the instructions, I'm going to be stamping some and then the message. So I like to do all my stamping kind of at one time. So I'm just going to take my thing off. I've got a Happy Father's Day here. Gonna put it kind of to one side of the message, and then I'm going to run it along my skin to season it. When it comes from the factory, it's got something on there. I don't know. But I have had very good luck with just rubbing it on the back of my hand, and then it stamps beautifully. Okay, so there we've got our Happy Father's Day. And then we need to get some of those birds. And what I'm going to do is, because my block isn't big enough to do all of them, I'm going to kind of, I've got to rub it on my hand. I'm going to do one set of birds over here. They're kind of over here, coming up in the sunshine. And I'm going to take this one off so I don't accidentally stamp it. Now, if you're doing this at home, you might be doing all three of these at one time, which is very logical, but I'm only going to do one. So now we have stamped everything we need to stamp, and we've got our messages, and we're going to be putting this vellum, looks like right over this, just to give it a little depth, I imagine. And then we've got all kinds of stuff here. Maybe this one goes this way. Oh, I like that. Okay, and then we'll do this one. And then we'll do this one. And then I think we do this one. That makes sense. And that appears to be what the instructions say. So this is vellum. And it wants me to put, I don't generally do a rear layer with foam square, so I'm not going to foam square this one. But I'm gonna glue it in a place that you can't see it. And then we've got a paper one. So the paper one, they want you to just put one stripe of adhesive along the paper. I'm gonna glue it just because I use glue. And you know what? Well, no, I'll catch some of that. So there we go. We're going to glue down. And I want a little bit of that texture there, so I'm going to do it just a little bit underneath of the texture from the below card base. And you know what? I am going to put glue all the way to the top, so I don't want it to come off. There we go. And then we've got our vellum piece now. And this one It is I don't work with vellum very much. It is possible that using the sticky tape is probably a better idea, but I'm just going to find out. So I'm putting a little bit of glue onto the vellum section, and then I'm all put regular glue, of course, on the paper. This is taking. There we go. Now we've got lots of mountains going on. And then we'll take those foam squares. And lay those out. And here we go. Happy Father's Day. Very simple, very sweet, quite manly card. And that is how you put together your paper pumpkins. So thank you so much for watching. Happy crafting.